Hey guys, Eric B with What's Your Hustle. Right now I'm getting ready to produce a Halloween shirt for a friend of ours. She's a big fan of Beetlejuice. So we have two images. We got a front pocket image and a back of shirt image we're going to put on it. But I want to show you a couple time-saving tricks here. First of all, if you're going to be doing both sides, print the side with the smallest image first. Okay? The reason I say that is when you reheat when I'm going to reheat it to do the second side, it's going to take a little bit of the ink away from the image. So we don't want to pull it away from that big back image, and we're going to show you ways to prevent that too. So this is going to be on the front. We're going to do a over the pocket area, which obviously this shirt does not have a pocket, but you know what I mean. Now if you have your shirt sitting in a box for a couple weeks, couple months, whatever, or in those shipping bags that they send them, you have an extra one you're going to use, take the shirt and press it. Get it flat all the way around, not just where you're going to do it. It's going to help you eliminate the box, you know, the dreaded box here. Okay, so if you press the whole shirt, that'll help eliminate a lot of that. Okay, now we have our shirt set up here straight in the press. We are going to take the pocket image, and we want to go with armpit, okay, center armpit, and your line straight down here. Okay, if you go too high with it, it kind of looks a little awkward, especially on women. You go too low, I guess you can have the same issue. So we're gonna set that up to print there. Don't forget to put a piece underneath the inside the shirt where you're going to be pressing. To do this, simply take your shirt, flex it under here, wrap it under there, and slide your parchment paper right up in, and it won't move your shirt really on you. Okay, and just until I do that. So we're gonna set the image up. Again, this is a little Beetlejuice action here. This is a big fan. The way this press closes, it goes down flat and then pushes shut. I don't use a whole lot of tape on an image. Get rid of the square marks. Tear that image. Don't tear it perfectly tight like I did here. I mean, when you start out, it's going to be like that. But this is what you want. You want that fanned out look. That's where your image is not going to have any line when we open it up. Okay? If we can eliminate a lot of that boxy look, you will gain repeat customers. You'll have a lot of your customers that are your friends and family. They'll take the shirt, they'll thank you for it, they'll pay you for it, but you might not get a second order from them because they're not completely happy that even after washing their shirt, it still has this box to it. So we're pressing at 385. I had the timer set at 50 seconds. We're going to go a couple seconds longer. And we have to never forget, or never trust the living. So here we have a real little bit of that line, but again, it's not square. It would almost look like a typical wrinkle, not something that we're going to blame on the printing process if you don't know any better. But we're still going to work to get rid of that. We're going to put another piece of paper, press a little bit heavier than you were, and hit it down for about 5 seconds. Now after the 5 seconds, you cannot tell me where that line would be, or where that line is. Okay, so Really simple. It's a two-step process. One, you got to tear your paper, get rid of those lines. And then the second one would be just press lightly one more time. All right. So we're going to shake it out a little bit, let it cool off a hair, because we're about to put it right back under. And the fabric does take the heat well, but you don't want to overheat the fabric. Okay, you'll get some shiny marks on it that won't match up with the rest of the shirt. Now with the back image, we have a much larger back image. So we're going to use a full half sheet piece of wax paper here. Well, parchment paper, pardon me. Make sure that's all the way up to where you want it to be. Again, we have our paper underneath it, so the image that we already have done isn't going to bleed into our pad and give us a never-ending ghosting on the stuff we do from here forward. So again, we tore the image. We have to pull this up a little. And as far as measuring, what I'm looking for is how far from here to here on both sides. If I know I have that accurate, the same, then all I have to, and then we can do the same thing with this line, from the edge of the paper to this line. Then we know all I need to do is center the item. Okay? If I'm doing a hoodie and I realize it's about 3/4 of an inch, I'll move the image. It's a little easier than moving a hoodie all around and getting it resituated. Okay. So we're going to take this. Paper's holding it down. Everything's straight, flat. I could have lightened up the pressure. I went a little heavier because I still had it pinched down a little harder from when we were removing the marks. But it's not that tight that I won't still be able to increase the pressure one more time for 5 seconds. But if you tighten it, you do want to remember to loosen it. And then if we have box marks around it, again, same way to get rid of it. Put that part of the shirt in the press and press down for a few seconds, and that will eliminate it as well. If you're doing a one-of for a friend or an order, you want it to be right, because that particular person paying for the shirt, it's not a fundraiser, it's not anything other than a purchase. They're going to be a little more critical than those that are, maybe ordering a fundraiser shirt, things like that. Okay, so you can see our image. Our image does have a couple of those lines where we had it nice and close without having the fade. Here you can tell this is where it was tore, that had that nice fade to it. So now we're going to place one more piece on, tighten it down one more time, just a little bit, a little tighter. And there we have our shirt. Okay, again, the lines are gone. And that's the #1 question on Facebook in all the pages. How do I get rid of the lines? This is why you want to make sure you're using wax paper or parchment paper. Don't ever forget it. That image is completely on there. Okay. so we'll look at our shirt. If we have any definite box areas, we're going to try to get rid of them. Because I'm going to not put the images in the press. I don't need to worry about that. So you can see right here we have a pretty good line going down. Okay, now this one's just a press line. It's not going to be from paper or anything. So that'll be an easy one to get out. Just press the rest of the shirt and that'll disappear. Okay, and that one will also wash out, things like that. It's the big press marks from the paper that really get down tighter that make it a little harder to clean the shirt up and make it look good. This is for a customer that repeatedly buys seasonal stuff. You know, I mean, that's what you want when you're doing this customized stuff. So I'll try to get it as nice and clean as we can. Less work they have to do. All right. But again, she knows that she can iron them out. Actually, I'm not even going to bother that one. It's going to be more hassle than anything. All right. So here is our shirt. Got a front, Never Trust the Dead, and a back, the Beetlejuice image. Very nice shirt. Double-sided shirt. What's your cost on that shirt? What are you making when you do a double-sided shirt for a customer? Tell me what you're making. I'll tell you what I'm making after you tell me. All right, we are going to work on some more videos here for you in the very near future. Today we've identified how to, if you haven't seen the video on the color coats on metal, selecting the right color for metal, we have posted a video for that. And this one here shows us how to get the lines out when using sublimation and doing two-sided shirts, how to make sure we're not, you know, eliminating too much of our ink extra and getting it on our pads and the top of our press. All right, if you have any questions or there's something you'd like to see a video of, you have some issues going on at home that you can't seem to resolve, ask us. We're here to help. We want to see your hustle succeed. Remember, subscribe, like the video, share the video if you have a friend that's having the same issues with those box marks. And until we see you again, keep hustling.